Yes, gents, how we doing? So what we're talking about today is why can't I keep the weight off? Okay, now this is something I've heard a few times, because perhaps you've lost weight, but then you can't seem to keep it off. You're just like, oh, why can't I keep it off? What's happening? And now there's a lot of scenarios for this. Okay, we're going to dive into them now. Okay, because there's obviously the physical stuff at play, and then obviously the mindset stuff as well. Okay, that's what people don't realize. They think, why can't I keep the weight off? Thinking it's to do with luck or hope or the powers of universe, or I don't know, whatever. Okay, but what happens, obviously, let's say you've lost weight, half a stone, whatever. This is the typical scenario how it plays out. You've lost some weight, made some changes, and then you just gain it back, and you start creeping back up to where you were. Okay, and you just can't. You got to this new level, and then you went back. Okay, and you can't sustain it. You can't keep that weight off. Okay, or perhaps you've done it for a few weeks, you've done it for a few months or something, whatever. You've got to this new level, and then bam, bounce back. So what's happening? Usually, again, if you're doing it the first time, really over a week or so, you've lost weight over a week or two, and then you've bounced back, it's because you made too many drastic changes. Okay, you've really gone and really cut your calories, probably really eaten minimal stuff, really jumped on really restrictions, cut out everything, gone to really poverty calories and just eating not much. Okay, little food. Okay, just trying to think eating less is even better. Okay, because I want to lose weight, and obviously you've lost weight because of that. Okay, which is it's obvious. You're going to lose weight, no surprise there, and you're going to feel a bit better, have more energy, perhaps. You've eaten more fruit, eat more veg, whatever, eating less junk, eating less takeaways, eating less shit, cut out alcohol, whatever, and you do feel a bit better. Started training more, okay, and you're going to lose weight. Like I said, it's no surprise there. You're going to lose half a stone, whatever, depending where you started. But then what's going to happen is your body is going to catch on to that, okay? And after a while, it's just going to find, man, I can't sustain this. This is shit, okay? Because you're not eating enough. You're not putting enough fuel in your car, and you just it's too much of a change too soon. Going from eating takeaways, alcohol, all these type of foods, and overnight, completely changing your habits and your behaviors. Your body and mind can't sustain that, okay? It's too much of a drastic change. It's like anything. You change anything too soon, it's going to bounce back. It's going to be some adverse effects. There's going to be some side effects, okay? So that's what you have to realize. That is just, okay, right, I can't sustain that, and then you start going off track because you want to you actually want some alcohol again, you want to take away again, you want to you get distracted, you're vulnerable, you're craving other stuff that you haven't had for 5 days. So then you binge on it, and then you bounce back. Simple as that. That's how it happens. That's how people yo-yo constantly, okay? They'll restrict on a Monday, and then by Friday, it's just the weekend, distractions, everyone's texting them, planning a weekend where they go in, social events, and then they go out, blow out, I'll get on it, and just... Then they feel bad, they punish themselves, and the cycle repeats. That's how yo-yo works, okay? It just that's why people do it, and that's why perhaps they never get anywhere, okay? Because they just they're stuck in that wheel. If you've done it for perhaps a longer period of time, you've been doing it, I don't know, perhaps a few months, okay, and you've managed to get some weight off, and just you've lost a few stone, but then you start you've made some big changes, over that 2 months, and perhaps it's to do with, you've been restricted and you're using a lot of willpower and really disciplined yourself and really kept chipping away at it. But what happens over a longer period of time, if you've been doing it for a few months, it comes into your mental aspect, the mindset aspect, okay? Because what happens is you are going to a new level. You are changing your identity, okay? There's a lot of things at play here that your mind isn't used to. It's used to perhaps being this overweight person. It's used to being this 90, 100 kilo person, okay? Who just yo-yos and does a bit it's not used to this person, it's not used to this new lifestyle, okay? It's not used to the way it's going, it doesn't like it. So what it's going to do is going to self-sabotage, okay? To bring it back to some sort of normality, bring it back to where it knows best, where perhaps you're overweight and just where you were before and were unhappy. It's not good, but it knows that, okay? It has certainty there. So it's going to self-sabotage. So you're going to start It's got a lot of new thoughts entering your head to tell you sort of to miss workouts, to skip workouts. You're going to notice this as well. You're going to start noticing skipping workouts. You're going to like sort of perhaps start sort of swapping meals and eating sort of not as good. Okay, you're going to sort of you start going off the rails slowly but surely. Okay, making these little things, and just because work gets a bit busier, or you're doing this now, doing that, whatever, all these different things, and you think, oh, like how's this happen? Just like before you know, you're back to square one. Okay, and you're off the track. It might seem just like, oh, it's just happened. But what it is again, is your mind self-sabotage. It's finding things to sort of, to pull you back, to stop you doing that thing. Because it doesn't want to go there. It doesn't want to go to this new level, this new identity. Okay? It wants to sort of pull you back. So it's going to throw up stuff to make you busier. It's going to throw up things to sort of get in your path. Okay? It's throw up new obstacles to keep you sort of stuck. Okay, and then it's obviously you have to sort of realize that and keep on pushing and obviously deal with these obstacles. Okay, because that's the sort of the thing people face. It's like sort of when obviously The Biggest Loser is different, but it's the same sort of principle there. Like sort of obviously they lose a lot of weight when they're in camp, when they're on The Biggest Loser, and then when they go out over the next year, most of them have just regained it. That's obviously down to the environment and stuff, and just being sort of like that's the same principle. Okay, it's in terms of they've been in a closed sort of like in captivity basically to lose weight and eat right and everything for months. And then they come out and just like let back into the world, and it's just sort of like, wow, okay, they're not used to this new identity. They're not used to being this new person. They're used to being this fat, overweight person who doesn't do anything. They're not used to being this new athlete sort of version of themselves, okay? And they can't, like, the mind just doesn't like it, so it pulls it back. Okay, so it's trying to sort of self-sabotage. Okay, same with sort of smokers. Okay, because like why they sort of can't give up. They do it for a bit and then they sneak in because they still identify as a smoker. They still identify as sort of I'm a smoker. I'm trying to give up. Okay, I'm trying to give up smoking. Okay, they still identify as a smoker. Okay, that's what's buried into them. They need to shift into a new identity of just sort of I nourish my body and look after it. Okay, I used to smoke. Okay, and it's past tense then. Like they shift and confirm this new identity. Okay, because that's the deeper thing at play in your subconscious. So that's what you have to understand, because you might think sort of you might be telling yourself for years that you're overweight, you're a fat person, whatever, like you've got a belly, whatever. That might just be like a common thing, and now you've got rid of that belly, you've got rid of sort of you've lost sort of 10-20 kilos, and it's like, wow, okay, like how do I sort of deal with this new thing? What are the new stories and beliefs do I have now? Okay, and your mind's like, wow, we don't know what's going on here. It's too much uncertainty. We need to pull it back to where it was. Okay, so that's what happens. Okay, there's a book. There's a great book if you want to read about that. Where is it? The Big Leap. Okay, that's it. An amazing book. It's basically about that. It's basically about if you ever sort of make some gains in life, okay, in any area of life, and then all of a sudden it starts falling apart. It starts sort of like going shit. You might have happened this again. You lose weight and you gain it back. You get into a relationship, it's going great, and then all of a sudden you're fucking arguing. Okay, you start making a lot of money and then you're fucking skint. Okay, you start being really happy and amazing, and then all of a sudden you're just like full of anxiety. Okay, like you might just think it's coincidence or just this is the way life happens, but no, it means you are going to a new level. Okay, and what happens is this is the sort of like the obstacle puts in place to pull you back. Okay, like I said, with a big leap, you go into these different levels. Okay, you experience this new great sort of results, sort of this new achievement, whereas like happiness, connection, intimacy, money, like whatever, weight loss, whatever it is in any area of life, you experience it, this big sort of surge. And then, like, what's going to happen is, like, unless you acknowledge it and obviously prepare for it and know about it, then you're going to get pulled back, okay? Because your body's going to pull you back to where it knows best. And you've got to sort of then, in that instance, you've got to be, like I said, be aware of it and keep on pushing it and solidify that and confirm it. This is good. This is right, okay? And to really step and confirm that new identity. Leave the past behind, okay? That's who I was. I used to be a smoker. I used to be an alcoholic. I used to sort of, whatever. I used to weigh this much. I used to sort of like not be very good with money. I used to sort of like choose these people, but like now I'm better, whatever. Okay, and this is what you need to understand. So this is why you can't keep weight off. Okay, first, like the main one is you're making too many changes too drastically. You're changing things all the time. You're going to do a lot more now because obviously if you've gained weight sort of in lockdown or over the last few months, you want it gone quickly, and you're going to get like sort of make some drastic changes overnight. And yeah, for the first few days it'll seem good, but then you get fucked over. Okay, and you just gain the weight back, and then you're back to square one. Okay, so I wouldn't do that if I was you. Okay, and then like I say, if you do it for a longer time, it might be willpower. You're pushing through. And your mind catches up and just like, well, we don't like where this is going. We don't know about this. You've made too big of changes. We need to pull you back to where we know best, okay? And that's what's going to happen. So you need to understand then, like, so really get around people that it's okay. Like, people who are where you want to be, and just it's sort of, it gives some certainty to your mind of just like, no, it's okay where we're going to. This is and just to sort of makes it more sort of casual and sort of, it can relate to it, okay? This is what happens. So, hope that helps, gents. Hope to give that different perspective of why you can't keep weight off. Because perhaps you've been doing the same patterns, you make a big surge, and then you get pulled back. Whatever. So it's either sort of making too big of changes, too soon, and yeah, it's to do with the mindset aspect of just, people always know you as sort of like that type of person, and then you've moved and transformed and like shed your skin, like they're going through that metamorphosis, then like sort of, you come out the other side. It's a hard process, and that's why you reach that sort of boundary, and then you've got to again shed your skin. You've got to sort of go for that evolution. You've got to evolve from like what Charmander to Charmeleon. Okay, you've got to leave the old thing behind, the old you behind. Okay, you've got to like adopt a new identity and get rid of the old one. Okay, and people sort of don't realize this and don't understand this. And I sort of think just the stuff that's happening now, why you're going off track, is just part of life. But no, it's just a sort of, the mind is just sort of putting stuff in place to fucking stop you, okay? I hope that helps. Any more help you need with that, again, if you've gone through this and you want to chat, you want me to help you, then just drop me a message or comment below. Peace.